Okay, just a quick one today. We're going to be looking at those beautiful major 7th chords, some arpeggios. These can be really useful for just when you're demoing different pickups, different speakers. It's nice to play some pretty chords. Recently I did a demo of 3 US flavored Eminence 10-inch speakers, the winner of which was this Alnico 1028. In the demo I was playing it through a quilter. Today you're hearing it through the lowly yet venerable Fender Champion 20. So 7th chords can be confusing to a lot of players because in rock, pop, country, and especially blues, when you say a 7th chord, you're really talking about a flatted 7th, what's known as a dominant 7th. So if you're looking at a C7, what people normally call a C7, it's this chord with the 7 being that B flat note there, and you can tell that that is a tension creating chord. There's some dissonance to it. It wants to resolve, right? And then you resolve to what would be the 1 in the key of F. So usually it's the 5 chord. Again, if we were in the key of F, the 5 is the C. You play it as a C7, flat 7, dominant 7. And then it resolves to the 1. What we're talking about today are major 7th chords. So if the flat 7 was a B flat in the key of C, it's going to be a B natural. So it's very easy to play. You just lift your finger off that 2nd string where you normally would play the C, and where I hammered on in that arpeggio, which I'm going to show you in a second. And it's this very pleasant, sweet sound, right? There's no need for it to resolve. It's there. Same thing with your F major 7 and your G major 7. They're just pretty chords. They became popular in popular music, mostly in the 60s and 70s. The Beatles used them a lot. J.J. Cale has a song, Magnolia, one of his best songs in my opinion, that just goes between an F major 7 and a C major 7 during the verses. So it's major because it's part of the major scale, right? In your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, it's the T and the do, re, mi. So that's your major 7. You can think of it as being a half step higher than your flatted 7, your normal 7, or 1/2 step below the root, the tonic, the 1. So again, key of C, it would be a B natural. Now when I did that little arpeggio, I actually doubled the D note. If you followed my lessons, you know that when I play a G chord, I really like to double the 5, which is that D note in the key of G. And so I was playing really more of a G5 with that F sharp note, the major 7 on top. So I went 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I lifted off, open, 2, and then 2 open. Then I formed the F major 7, which is again much like the C major 7. You just don't play your normal fretted top string, the root note. The F in this case goes down a half step to E. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again the C major 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, again, you can play the G major 7 without the fifth doubled there. This is what it sounds like without the fifth doubled, and then with the fifth doubled. I just think it's sweeter with the fifth doubled. So play around with those. Those are just beautiful chords, and you can do it as a movable chord shape with that G7 major 7 there, because think of that as your bar, right? Your bar is the nut here. So if you moved it up to here, say, you'd have a B flat major 7, this would be an A major 7. Right, again, the major 7, one note below the root. Here's the root A, down 1. And then there's another version that's the stair step version that looks like this. It's easier to play on a short scale guitar. So you have your G, your B, your D, and your F sharp. Root, major 3rd, 5th, major 7th. That's a real pretty one. And if you're moving it up further, it's easier to play on. So C major 7. Really pretty. So that's the same as, hopefully you can hear that. Here's your B note, here's your G note, here's your E note, here's your C. So that's a little bit about major 7ths. Play around with them. Give me some feedback on the sound today. I hope it was good. And as always, thanks for joining me. See you next time.